I'm just going to triangle live. I'm going to triangle live. I'm going to triangle live. I'm going to triangle live. Am I live? It says receiving your content. You are live. The internet can totally see you now. To stop, use your encoder. Elapsed time 1755. 0 people are watching you right now. Well, okay then. Hi, I'm Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little conversations on how I feel about things. The world is just woo. I woke up. Had a demon attached to me, man. I just shake that boogie off. I just shake it off. I just shake that demon off me. That low vibe. I was in my. I woke up and I was just had a tinge of I don't wanna. No, you don't get to have a tinge of I don't wanna. You gotta have frickin' blast of I get to. How many people didn't wake up today? If you got to wake up today, then you have the potential to add positivity to the new earth. Or you have the potential to be a life suck, negative, and be the bind that ties us to the old 3D crap. It's not going to happen. The teeter-totter has teetered. It's tottered. I got to go down memory lane. I'm moving stuff around, going through stuff, getting through stuff. See, and one thing about photographers, see, I'm a photographer. I've never once been paid for my work. Never once been paid for the work I've done. See, photographers don't just take pictures; they record things, because if you got a good eye and you know what to look for, you're always going to be prepared of the things that you need to see. I was going down an anthill because I was like, man, when I was in the island of Crete for Operation Iraqi bullshit, see, there's good supervisors and bad supervisors. There's good leadership and there's bad leadership, because there's good and bad in every situation, in every paradigm. There's people that want to do good, like really want to do good. And there's really people that just really are just trying to get by, and they just want their paycheck, and they'll just do the minimum, and they just don't want to try at anything, and not even in their own personal lives, because that's how they show up at work, and then so they take that shit home, and then I don't want to do much anything. There's just in them, you know, they're just no vibe, just low vibe. They just got no spark. They're just part of the cog in the machine. Not even no spirit in that. So I came across a picture of Tech Sergeant, I just called him Phil, I think. Phillips. He was in Suda Bay Crete permanent party there. And he was a pretty cool guy. Because people always like to get me in trouble. I do things and I'm clowning around, and then, you know, if there's a control freak around, it's like the control freaks, the way control freaks act, it's like like at attention. It's like, it arouses them. A lot of control freaks, it gives them erections. It's pervy and gross. It's just the truth. I just speak in matters of facts. I don't make this shit up. I don't make people behave this way. I just have seen it my whole life and then just like speak on it. And people are like, "You're so gross." I'm like, "Why?" Because have the ability of observation. So anyway, this one supervisor, he was a good guy. To me, anyway. I don't care how people treat, you know, as long as they're, you know, he was pretty cool to me. Yeah, I do care how other people treat other people, as a matter of fact. I don't know why I said that. I misspoke there. Let me clarify. So, he was a good one, and he was permanent party there, and I was over there for to support for Operation Iraqi bullshit. And, Age, we actually had enough coverage. Age always got the short end of the stick. We were just always the stepchildren. We were flight line support. We always had to do the grunt work, you know. And when a flight line never should close down, you know, we always work. And, you know, holidays don't mean nothing, vacation, and none of that stuff, it don't mean nothing. So all this other earthly living people been doing, that they're all so sad that they got these privileges taken away. There's a lot of people that freaking never had this shit to begin with. So wah, wah, wah. I'm just not sorry for ya. So, felt on one of the off days that we got, because we were working shifts like everyone else had to work like 39 days straight. All the crew chiefs, shit like that, they all had to work freaking nonstop. But we got to do it, set it up so it was like 4 days on, or 3 days on, 4 days on, 3 days off, 4 12s, and then 3 days off. That's what we were doing. But you had to travel an hour round trip. It was more than 12-hour shift. It was more like 14, 15 hour, but with travel time and stuff like that. By the time, yeah. Anyway, and it's a lot of physical work it was for me, not for anyway. So on our day, he took me and a couple and a couple other people down to a mission, and I was like, man, I wish I would have known the name of that. And then I looked down and I found pictures today, and I got a sign of one. I'm gonna post some of these up. That's where he took us. So I gotta match. I gotta go look it up on the online and see other people's perspective, because this is like, these are ancient ruins, man. I was watching John Levi. Go check out his stuff, man. He makes valid points in every freaking. He makes valid points. You know, it's like all the numbskull freaking dumbed down versions of architecture and stuff. Like, look at the stuff that they used to do. Look at all look at the freaking the museum in San Francisco. Those pillars, are those pillars for average sized people? I mean, come on, man. People, we haven't been able to use our imagination. It's been discouraged. It's been inhibited. You know, that's why they take all the arts and all the music and all the stuff that makes you wonder and imagine. They take all that shit away, because if you do that, then you might think for yourself, and then you're not going to go get your little I voted sticker to vote for a machine that is just a circle. They live to contradict themselves. It's just one group does a bunch of stuff, and then the other group comes in and counteracts it, and nothing ever happens. They pay themselves tens and thousands of dollars every month, you know, tax money. We could all have tax money, $2,000. We could all have stimulus pack every month. There's that much money, but the fucking greedy freaking control freaks that freaking, you know, the perverts and stuff, they want to keep it all for themselves, and they're running the world, and well, the Q-Berts are taking it back. The Q-Berts, I thought about that earlier. If you don't know what a Q-Bert is, go check out the video. Go look up Q-Bert. Go down here, go look it up for yourself. I always liked that. We never had video games. We were too poor, and it was like we had like, you know, blackout, our own blackouts. Like, there were only periods that we could use the air conditioner, or even the air conditioner, the swamp cooler. We were freaking dirt poor, man. So like everybody was rich compared to us. Everybody. Poor people were rich compared to us. I mean, you know, so resourceful and things like that is what I've been doing my whole life, you know. And I've always liked taking pictures, and you know, because like I go see grandma, and grandma's real estate agent. She was rich as far as I'm concerned. And then I'd go all these houses that she'd sell and look at all these houses, and I would like see how other people lived, and I was like, man, I'm really doing it wrong. I really got to do better. So I put myself in position so I could, and then I moved to Oregon, where there is no place for integrity or worth ethic or anything like that, because I literally cannot get a job here. I literally cannot. I've been turned down in the state departments. In alone, it's upwards of 66 times, 67 times. Yeah. Interviewed and everything. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's because I say I'm a person of integrity, and I'm not going to do things that I don't find that are above board. And they don't like, and see, I say things like that intentionally to see if they want people like that to work for them. That's why they interview. I was on the other side of the interview process when I worked at Creighton University. We won't get too much into that. I know how it works. It's all a club. It's all who's in charge. The guy that they hired didn't have any experience with Mac, and Mac was more than 51% of the clientele that we dealt with. You're going to hire somebody and probably pay him more than he pays because he's a man and I'm a woman, you know, with, you know, because that's how it always is. I never got paid for my worth. I've never yet in life. I'm waiting, still waiting. See, it's not that I have poverty mentality. I don't have poverty mentality. I deserve the world. I deserve to be able to, see, but I don't like money, and I don't identify money. I just want to go where I want to go when I want to go, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. Uninhibited. I just want to make it happen. It doesn't necessarily need to cost money, but other people need money for me to do shit. They need it so they can buy their Teslas and their BMWs and their Range Rovers and their $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 of cars. And I'm like, dude, I make like a third of that a year. And you fucking people drive by and tout, no, I have this much money to piss away. I have this much money to piss away that it can just sit in the car, that I drive sometimes. For people who spend that much money on shit that they do sometimes, they're a fucking waste of space. They're pieces of shit as far as I'm concerned. My big red truck freaking cost me $2,400. It was a rebuild. I mean, you just keep using the shit that's already here. But no, people have to have bigger and better and greater and greater, and because it just proves how important they are. And it's like, nah. So when I tell stories about when I was in Crete, and when I was there, I watched the Marines come back from doing the first wave. You see, and every time I see people celebrate in the United States, it's like, I want to celebrate with you. I want to be excited. I used to celebrate with them and get really excited and fireworks and all that stuff, right? But then when you grow up and you become a fucking adult, I see all these people, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass woman. Well, you don't fucking act like grown-ass men and grown-ass women. No. Because if people acted like grown-ass men and grown-ass women, they wouldn't be fucking burning down cities and streets because they're fucking sad and pissed because mommy and daddy didn't talk to them and give them enough attention and whatnot. See, comes a time you gotta grow up and you gotta learn how to soothe yourself. And if you got anger and you got fucking rage, and if you're fucking livid and pissed, goddamn this and goddamn I'm so mad at this and so mad and I want to hit this and hurt this because I'm mad, well, that's demons inside yourself that you need to exercise. Yeah. Lucky for you, or whoever, lucky there's people like me that exist that are planetary alignments, give us the ability to help you exercise those demons. If you want to, but sometimes people like them because those demons afford you to do things that you want to do, that you know aren't okay. You know they aren't okay. It's all this military war, all this made-up bull. Thank you, don't drink the Kool-Aid 1, 2, and maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. Who knows? I know you'll keep putting it out there. Thank you for your video. I was talking to Mom this morning. I addressed GT as President Trump for the first time ever. He lost his brother yesterday. See, because I don't always have to agree with everything people do all the time. But when I put my head space, my heart space, my gut space in their being, in their energy field, and I get a handle on what it feels like to feel it. And I know that he and his brother were close because I know the environment in which they grew up in. I read all his story of both his mother and his father. I went down the rabbit hole. I know his birth chart. I looked in their astrology of his parents, of his grandparents on both sides. I've watched hours and hours of just interviews year after year after year. So to see the progression of him, he's less of a slime ball than he used to be, and he's doing a lot of good shit, And I was one of those people that had freaking nasty stuff happen to me when I was a little girl. I didn't let it ruin me. I didn't let it wreck me. I didn't let it break me. I've let it knock me off kilter a time or two. And then I find my equilibrium and I come back to calibration because I meditate about an hour every day at least to keep my energy field checked and keep all those low vibrational, those demons, those entities freaking out of my field. Just get out of here. So I came across these pictures. These are when the Marines came back. And they're actual pictures. This is when the Marines came back from Operation Iraqi bullshit. See, one thing that President Trump has done that I appreciate is he's going to look into Snowden And for people like me, that is a freaking a whole bunch of people freaking perked their ears up, and he did what? He's gonna what? He's looking at, huh? He's finally? I've been asking myself oh, he's been waiting to closer. I'm like, why isn't he looking at Assange and the people that are blasting light into the dark? Because what happened with, people want to know what Assange did? Why he is an enemy of the nation or the state? Because the CIA and they're all the bros club, all the meatheads that are beating up your kids in the streets. They're part of these elite groups and clubs that all the money goes to, so they can, and they're all broed out, they're all roided out, they're just stormtroopers, man. They're men that don't even think for themselves. They're so programmed, they're just beyond, not a lot of family men there. If they do, their alter ego, they shouldn't be doing in the positions that they are, because they're too compartmentalized. And when people are that compartmentalized, you're going off and you're killing people, and then you're going home and acting like everything's okay. That creates a cognitive dissonance, and that catches up, and that's what we're seeing in the world today. See, because 20 years ago they went in and did this bullshit to make money. It's all the swing dicks and making money. It was all for money. There's actual no reason for. And I saw, there's like 500 kids. So Assange, what he did is he went and he got all these, because they record everything, because they want to go back, people want to go back and count history. They record everything, the video, and then they show their friends. But sometimes people of good hearts and minds see things like people in these helicopters and these airplanes that have these these abilities to freaking wipe out a football field, with the bomb, just vaporized, like everybody saw in Beirut, just a smaller a smaller scale. And then like a lot of these pilots and stuff, they were over there and they were playing target practice with civilians in Iraq, with people like you and me. Like if Russia came over here and brought out their it would be the same thing of them shooting people in the street and laughing about it and carrying on about it. And a guy saw that, and I mean, if they could have kept their mouth, if they just wouldn't have left the commentary, if they would have left their commentary, but they were laughing about it and they were screwing around and stuff like that. And so that got out, and then it's just like, oh my God, and then it's like, oh, they really like killing people, and then they're like, yeah, you put people in position to kill people, they're gonna go kill people, and then we pay for all of it, billions. This was my view from the hotel room that I got to stay in. The panorama, it's like $140 euros a night back then, 2000. I had a pretty nice view. They redid the pool that year too. Here's a view from the other hotel, the Sun. That's where all the important people, all the bros got to go to. I was never, all the crew chiefs went over the panorama. I got that one. That's the Sun. That's the view of all of Greece and Panama. You got the good views there. Look, and there's no fitness. There's no standards. It's just freaking. They're a nice guy. A couple nice guys though. A lot of perverts. My timing. I got my hair cut when I was there. Got my hair cut. It was long. This is the only picture I have with me with long hair. It's a pretty cool picture. This is 2001. Yeah. I was in the weight management program. That's a bunch of fat people that outranked me. Told me that I had to go get fit and worked out, and I did it. I did everything I needed to do. I'd freaking run on the cross trail on level 10 for an hour every day, Monday through Friday, from 5 to 6 a.m. I get up at like 4:17, get up and around, then walk to the gym, then walk to work after that, because I couldn't drive on base. I got a DUI. I got in trouble, but I didn't get it kicked out. So I like these. I've liked these forever, and I got thousands. I got hundreds, because I just basic training, tech school. I got history. I've been recording history my whole life. And the history now, it's coming together. Like those Marines, I'll never forget that. See, my trauma. I'm an empath, and I had a lot of my personal trauma when I was younger. Traumatic events. I didn't even know they were traumatic events until I started talking. I just thought they were my life, and then I started sharing them with other people, and they're like, and then other people were like, that's like, they didn't like being around me. And it's like, I think it's always because I was always kind of okay, and they couldn't understand how I could be okay under such extreme situations in life, you know, because they think, God, if I have, if, you know, because people think, shit, if that happened to me, I'd freaking fall apart. Because we're seeing everybody fall apart. If like stuff happens in life, a lot of people don't stand up and show up and suit up and go forth. No, they freaking, you know, you know, they sit and watch, you know. And I was out there for years and years, and now I see people, I guess, kind of trying, but you know, um, um, Oregonians, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves, Oregonian, whatever. The capital isn't in Portland. You're shitting in your own houses, you fucking idiots. The capital is in Salem. If you want to invoke change, you need to come south about Fort. But they're too, you know, too lazy, and you know, their parents didn't teach them that if you want to go to the problem is, I guess you got to go to the source. But I guess the problem is, you know, the streets of fucking Portland. Jesus fuck, man. Come on. Put your effort into something that fucking matters, for shit's sake. Oh, now they're marching in the streets of Lake Oswego. That is like the freaking most pretentious part of fucking Portland, man. We care. PayPal me. You care? PayPal me. PayPal the people who fucking need it, man. Stop paying these freaking these for profit. Stop calling it not for profit. They're all for profit. It's all for profit. All these conventions, it's just all to support your creepy bros. It's people are waking up. It's the Great Awakening, y'all. 2020, the year of clear vision. It's happening. And the people that don't want it to happen, the people that just want everything to stay the same. Let's just vote every 4 years and just keep putting up with the same shit. And the thing of it is, it's like, no, because it's a new age, man. It's a new age. It's hippy dippy. It's spirit. It's spirit first. Soul sex second. People are going to start doing things that are better for their spirit, more in alignment for their spirit. And guess what? There's not a lot of people that give a shit about profits. The bigger your spirit is, the freaking less you fucking care about money. It's all monopoly money. All of it is monopoly money. None of it isn't monopoly money. Money isn't real. It's a made-up paradigm that some people get to keep a lot of and say, you can have this. That's what giving somebody a job is. And evidently nobody sees anything in me enough to say, I appreciate your contribution and your mind in this world, and I would like to pay you for that. So, because of that, in my mind, this world isn't for me. Why do I live? Why does anybody live? What's it all about? What's it all for? Where's the spirit in that? I'm really excited for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 3. It comes out in about 12 days. I think it's the 28th of August. See, I was in high school the first time it came around. I always got synchronicities in movies and tellings, and I get a lot of codes and keys and whatnot, all that weird shit in music and stuff like that, and that was a really poignant one for me, you know. And then now, freaking, you know, years later, it's still poignant. See, we all have a tune in us. We all have a tune. We all have I watched Deborah Silverman. I shared it on my Facebook page. She did it an interpretation on what Aries are, and she was just so spot on. We show up, and it's just like, hi, here I am. I'm here. Here's my energy. Do you have energy? Oh, you have energy too. And then engage, you know. But most of the time, people don't got no energy. They're just flat. I remember watching Flatliners. They're just flat, boy. Just monotone. I just want to go to my job every day, do my job, get my paycheck, come home, and not want to be bothered. Well, there's no spirit in that. Human beings have this great freaking, everybody has their own tune in them, and that's what you do with your negative, all your negative aspects and all your positive aspects in you. We're just a crystal ball reflecting our light inside. And are you going to reflect light or darkness? And a lot of people, because I felt bad about, I was a jerk. I was so mean. And I wasn't even that mean, but I was mean for me. Just anytime being mean, I just feel bad. I don't like being mean to people. I don't like people, and people like being mean to people. Like, they get twisted, like there's people that literally freaking torture human beings and get freaking sexually aroused from it. If they didn't, there wouldn't be things like snuff films that wouldn't exist, and horror that freaking turns people on and gets them all keyed up. Fear, it just puts people in a vibrational state, and they don't know. It's like, am I scared or am I turned on? And then it's like, when they get turned on, they're like, oh my god, that turns me on. It puts people in a vibrational state. It's a good thing to get things done. Good eye-hand coordination. Yeah, me trying to bring the boxes of pictures down. I went down an ant hole last night I think I deleted all the pictures, so maybe I won't talk about it. Just directors, you see movies. Kijin went down her own, related to it in her own way, and that's what it made me think of, because she put out a video this morning, and then I put out, or I was looking up stuff last night, and it was like congruent, because she was looking at symbology and logos and stuff, and I do that all the time. I'm always looking at, everything is code and keys, and everybody's trying to constantly, people tell us who they are all the time by what they represent, by what they're going to spend their energy on, their money, and thinking about that, like Nikes and Vans. I had a pair of Nikes once when I was 5. I didn't like the way they fit. I found Vans, and it was my just right porridge, so I just went with that. And they're always reasonably priced, Nikes just kept, now you can get them freaking thousands of dollars for some bullshit. And it's just like, dude, people have that much money to piss away. Why are there any homeless at all, you selfish bastards? Fucking waste money on landfill. And then everybody dies, and you can't even take that shit with you. I didn't keep, but this guy, he was a director, and I was looking up, because if there's a show or something that I really like, I look up the director and stuff. And I did that with Steve, what's that? I looked him up yesterday, but I've looked up a lot of Black Man, and he is the guy that brought the story of the Umbrella Academy to life. And he was born in Annesville, Pennsylvania, and that is on the 40th latitude, which is congruent to, 40th latitude, Reading, where I grew up. So people are in alignment. People aren't just in alignment with, oh, I love all the stuff that you do. See, people can't. And when you meet somebody and you like everything that they like, isn't that just like hanging out with yourself? With somebody else? Is that what people want to do? Is that what I always wanted to learn about other shit. So I always like hanging out with people that were different than me. But people that are different than me just like to hang out with people that are like themselves. So, thus, my world has become very small. It's one of the reasons why I started this YouTube video, to reach out to like-minded, same frequency tribe. I found, I'm up to around 800. I bounce around 8. I'm not for the mainstream, so I'm not ever going to have a lot of subscribers. I would like 1,000. Because in that way I could do like live, because you get bonus reward points when you get so many subscribers. You don't get shit, because I don't monetize, because there's no spirit for me in that. So I won't monetize my channel, because I'm not going to pay YouTube and then let YouTube give me a little bit of what they think I deserve. So I'd rather go without and if people want to pay me for whatever, because people just freaking throw money at people all the time. They do it every day. People want to give me money. I take free money all the time. That's what I mean. It's not free because I tell the stories of the account of my life. So the struggle of my life, I guess, I guess that's my merit. I'm trying to earn or earn money from my merit. I mean, I've seen some people that have treated people. I mean, look how much money is passed around in the economy of the USA for seedy groceries and hush money and stuff like that. And I look at all the money that is just thrown at institutions, and it doesn't outweigh, doesn't match what they get back. Like $200,000 for college education, you're paying, most regular people are just going to end up paying that off for the rest. You're not going to ever have anything in life because you got to pay for the bankers and the financial institutions and the loaners and all the accreditors and all these people that say that their shit is worth knowing. You got to pay all them and work for them. So you're always working for somebody else, and people are like, nah, I don't need to do that. People are going back to their heart space, so they're going back into music, and they're going back into their creativity and their artistic ability and their free flow, and they're going back, and that's what people want to be around. People want to be around beautiful things. And art imitates life, and life imitates art, and it has since the beginning of time, and it's been set up by design for that. So gets people to see there's light and darkness and everything, but it's who are you lining up with? Who are you hanging out with? Who are you giving your money to? I've gone to pro sports, baseball, football, just for the experience. I'll try a lot of things one time. I don't do things to hurt other people. I don't harm animals. I believe in plant medicine, and things like that, of the earth to heal or to maintain your body, to even keep it from getting sick. But if you start out, if you get, there's all kinds of plant medicine. That's what Big Pharma didn't want people to know about, and that's what's coming to light too. And so, by Big Pharma, what are you going to do with all that money that you don't get to make? I wonder what the pro sports, NFL, all that stuff, Olympic. What are you going to do with all that money that you don't get to use for controlling people and being jerks, and calling it your job and coaching and training? And I mean, there's all these just seedy, nasty, Hollywood. Nah, they spend too much money anyway, and all of it. Oh, it's all coming to light. All of it's coming to light. I don't feel bad for them. I used to feel bad for people when they get their karmic retribution, because it's like they're still getting in trouble, It's like, well, people are getting in trouble because they did freaking shit that they need to get in trouble for. So, I just don't want it to go back to like the Renaissance era when people were bringing their kids to the Colosseums to watch people fight to the death and stuff like that. Leave the don't tout about how it's all for the kids and it's for the kids, and then bring your kids down when they start hanging people in the streets and stuff like that. Let kids be kids as long as they can. The world is ugly, it's hard, and it's dark because the greedy people allowed it to get that way. They didn't protect us. They didn't protect us civilians. They didn't protect us. Just like the military didn't protect, everybody that touts the freaking USA, team fight. What? You guys weren't there, okay? I was there, all right? I was there when those 500 young men, ages from 18 to 21, came back from doing their first wave in Iraq, okay? They did their first ground assault, all right? These guys just came from their small hometowns, baseball, football, just don't have a lot of options, not that smart, gonna go in the military, shoot some guns, it'll be fun, it'll be cool, we'll just train, nothing will ever happen. Then they pull this shit, the Swingin' Wieners Club, right? So they go up there, they kill all these people. Some of them determine they really don't like to kill people, and they just want to be a good boy. Some of them or girl, whatever, whatever they identify with. Some of them decide, and when they do this, their spirit goes up out of their body. When somebody goes through a traumatic event, their spirit goes up out of their body, and then when it comes down, sometimes they leave aspects out. Some of their personality traits, they never, like that innocent little boy that used to, that used to splash around the bathtub or do whatever, his little quirky things. He ain't gonna do that no more because he just killed another human being, and now those memories are replaced with what is being kind and innocent and sweet and tender and loving has been replaced with the fact that he has the capacity to do that. Now he doesn't know if he can contain that under any situation because he knows he can't. See, and then 500 of these kids, they brought them back and they just put them in a hangar, in an old hangar where they park airplanes and shit. And they put them in there and it's like, put them in there. And then they made them sit there because they didn't have any place for them. They didn't have any counselors to come in. They didn't have anybody to debrief them and be like, you know, no, it's suck it up and get over it. Suck it up and get over it. It's like, deny, stuff the feelings. That was 20 years ago. So fast forward 20 years, these are all the mentalities of all the people that have been in the police force, because when they got out, they just went back and then got a job in the police force. So we're looking at a lot of broken psychology, a lot of hurt fucking people. That's what angry dudes are, man. They're just hurt. They're just little dudes that lost their freaking little boy aspect in them and forgot how to play and have a good time. And they're just so mad about it that they don't even know what to do. And anything tender and kind and loving is in a vibration. They don't feel like they deserve it. They don't, because they kill people. And murderers don't deserve love, and murderers don't deserve. This is other people's. You know, they don't deserve. This is how people think. I know they do. And murderers don't deserve, you know, greatest dad gifts and all that stuff. That, you know, and then they drink to ignore and to act like they're happy all the time. And then they're not. And then this is the world we get. So we got a lot of healing to do, man. People need to stop getting mad at each other, start helping each other heal. Instead of like raging and, you know, meeting in contention and age, it's just like, what's your damage? And I'm here to help, you know. But people, when they meet the vibration of love, and if they aren't ready to receive it, they can get fucking violent. So people need to learn how to read energy, pick your damn battles, and get out of people's fucking faces that don't want you in their face, because you're gonna get freaking popped. All these niceties, and, you know, niceties are for niceties, manners. You know, people getting blocked. You're mean. I'm not mean. I speak in matters of facts. I don't put any emotion onto the words that I say. It's freaking the people that hear the words that I say that put emotions on them and say, oh, she's mean. What is mean? I don't do mean things. I have 4 dogs. I don't have running water because I chose to feed my 4 dogs overpaying the water bill. And then the city got out of hand. So, people's definitions of mean, that's the thing, is people say I'm mean. I can sit down and I'll talk for an hour about how I'm not. I can talk for an hour about how I could be. I can talk for another hour about how, you know, listening to you, and I can point out all the ways that you're mean. So when people say you're mean, what they're saying to you is they're a mean human being, and all they can pick out is the meanness in you, and that's all that they're identifying with. So when people tell you who they are, and they're just like, you're this, you're that, I've heard it my whole entire life, and have just been like deflected it. Pew, 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 pew. No, I'm not. Pew, you're that. No, I'm not. You spotted, you got it. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you, fuckface. It's almost time for breakfast. No more getting drunk. Oh, big face Benny, barging in Benny. I got my miso corny shirt on today. Benny, I gotta make a red breakfast. I'm wrapping up the video, so if you want to come in and say hi, just come in and say hi, Benny. Wagging the tail with your cute butts. Go that way. Go that way. Don't bother. Go past him, please. Come on. Come on. Come on, don't bother Tucker. Come on, wag your butts. Come on. Benny. Come on, bud. Come on. Find a spot, dude. This ain't working for me. You gotta do anything else. Oh, crap. Benny, I love you so much. You drive me crazy. Benny, my prowling dog. You're my prowling child. Huh. You're the naughty boy in the booth. So, Marty, I'm not naughty. I just have good ideas, and they're different from your good ideas, Margie. That is all. Oh my goodness, I've been running on for 45 minutes now. Good morning, Iron Rider. Good morning, Kimberly. That's good to read. But don't beat yourself up if you don't. I never say never again. I try not to. I do. Mud fossils. Yes, mud fossils are totally weird. Yeah, I saw that. See, that's the thing. That's why I called him President Trump for the first time ever. I call him DT because I didn't have any respect for him until I saw that. And then I was like, oh, he's just waiting. That's his jacket. He's been waiting for that because all of us truthers know what that means. Because if Snowden's first, then I just see that Assange is next, and then and then oh my god, it's getting so good. And think about like all the like all the stuff that's coming out from the Weinsteins and all, and from the Maxell. It's all coming out. Oh, there's so many people so scared right now. Oh, look at the Tegans are celebrating their third kid. No, it's they're like the spawnest. They're just those people need to go away. See, anybody can have kids. That's the thing. That's why I see people and how they handle their kids, and I'm just like, God, you don't have any business having kids. And they're the same way with dogs and animals. You know, abusers. A lot of abusers have dogs. Control freaks have dogs. And you know what? Those people that use those choke chains with the prongs in them, fuck every single one of you. If you have one of those and then you're watching my video right now, if you get offended by that, I don't know how you're watching my video and you got one of those and you put it on your dog. Those are the most sadistic. I saw a lady had two beautiful pitties with those collars on, and I was freaking at the gas station, and I was like, those are the worst freaking collars in the world, and human beings that put those on their dogs are shitty human beings. The damage to see what those that can do, they're freaking disgusting. Yes, Hollywood is done. I believe it is true. Yeah, those Lost Warriors, man. That's all they are, man. They're Lost Warriors. They were doing what they were told. They were doing what they were told, and they did what they and then they're like, shit, we don't like it. You know, so watching what happened to those, you know, come back and then watch everybody ignore. And that's what they did in fucking Vietnam. The thing of it is my mom had a boyfriend that freaking used to kick the shit out of her when I was 5, 6 years old, and he was fresh out of Vietnam. You know, so all the satanic, he knew all about all that. So he was training us and showing us, you know, what to be aware of. So I'm like a freaking real world Rosie the Riveter. May she rest in peace. And Sarah O'Connor, like, all together, you know, because I've seen all the freaking nasty, you know, I've known it. All the police, the corruption in police, and I've never seen anything different. I've never known a different world. So when so many people are like, oh, the world is this, I'm like, how the fuck do you figure? What fucking planet are you people living on? And so now all these people are like, oh, wait, the world isn't this way. And I'm like, yeah. Come on in. Let me help you. Sit down. Take a seat. And let me explain how things are really working. Yeah. So, yeah, it's all. It'll be good. I'm gonna put some of these pictures up on online. I think some things are still sacred. I got a lot of old friends in here that I love dear a lot, and it's good to go down memory lanes, like when they were younger and stuff like that. So other people, I don't like posting pictures unless I have their consent, you know, their permission. So I gotta keep it up right and stuff like that. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. It's gonna be a hot one today. Yesterday was cool, man. Managed to keep it 81 degrees in the house. I call that a win. And then it'll be a little bit cool tomorrow, and I'll make some butter here coming up a couple days, and I'll make cookies, and then the cycle continues. That's about all I got.